I don't know, but I do know that we did start. Hello everyone, welcome to game number 3 of the third Casuals tournament, featuring Peasant, ichbineinkonto, twodback, and Rhahi, all 4 strong players, so this should be quite a match. I'm Philophanic. Joining me today is Hexapus. Hexapus, what do you think about this map?
There are a lot of resources, but they're not very nice. There's a robotic spot here.
Where's here?
To the north.
North. I might go for expansive.
There's no expensive though.
Oh, there is no expansive. That's
no
right.
Expensive.
Scientist, robot.
I think I'll actually go for a nomad to the south.
Yeah.
West,
yeah, that.
and then go for an aluminum water patch somewhere.
Yep, and that is what twodback is going to do. 3 players all founding at the same time. Konto with the strangest found. Scientist away from all the water. This is going to be necessary for teleportation.
I can't agree with Konto fan. Well, peasant is nothing.
Rhahi.
Okay.
Peasant needs to go for this scavenger spot. It's the only thing left. Got some water
he could
nearby.
actually still go for a nomad spot to the southeast.
Yeah, I mean, but that's only a medium and a low. I'd say the scavenger spot is better. You get a high.
There's no scavenger.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe you can even go for a robot just north of Rhahi and share the...
Yeah, no, you're right then. Yeah, that's probably the better spot.
Yeah. It's either a nomad to the southeast or the robot north of Rhahi. Those are the 2 viable spots.
Yeah, the only problem with Peasant took a long time. And maybe he was having the problem that I was doing. Is like, oh, that's a great scavenger spot. Oh, wait, I can't find a scavenger.
Yeah, there's no expensive spot, there's no scavenger. 2D back going into a nighttime solar condenser.
Well,
interesting move.
night doesn't last that long on Mars, unlike Io, so it's not the end of the world.
How's Konto doing? Grabbing 2 water, probably going to food, I suppose.
Triangle, probably a triangle.
Triangle
of
of
there are
reactor
pirates or reactors. Water pumps.
Pirates. Yeah, water pumps. Well, pirates are fine, you know. Unlike Magnetic Storm, where we'll just kill all your water.
Water pump for $13 worth of water doesn't seem worth it.
It's probably an anti-piracy measure.
The black market is open for business.
Anyway, everybody is on HQ2, so Peasant has actually caught up decently well, although Peasant is 7k behind Rhahi and Konto, both with 10k, getting an early lead. That Tactica says that Mr. Cubes is not Cubit, different player.
Okay, that's good.
Well, I mean, I'd like to see Mr. Cubit come back. I've heard things about him, but I've never played or seen him play.
I would love to see Cubit coming back. I've seen him in some old video, and he is definitely one of the best players out there.
Well, used to be. Now that's Death Tacticus, unquestionably.
Yeah.
At least in the FFA setting.
At least in the FFA setting. 2D back went for his long
wind turbine.
It was called wind turbine. Interesting.
I guess that's because twodback is going a very interesting nomad build, opening with only 1 high silicon. So doesn't.
I can't blame him for silicon being so cheap, right?
Yes and no. I mean, I can blame him a little bit simply because having silicon would allow him to move into solar panels, and it wouldn't really cost him anything. It'll allow him to get to HQ3 a little bit quicker.
But he has solar condensers anyway, so he has carbon sitting around.
Yeah, that's true. Because you can put the solar panels next to your base, and well, I guess the Nomad you can.
You can also return claim, and you know those dry ice towers as well. You can always change them to dry ice.
Yeah.
So going for free wind turbine, that's also good.
I think it's a little suboptimal. That's all. Not terribly suboptimal, just a little bit. Rhahi also
actually I don't mind. I think it's a pretty good move not going to all that silicon.
Well, we'll have to see how it plays out, because we are in disagreement there. Rhahi is HQ3, going into a pair of wind turbines herself.
Very nice.
Finally grabbing some aluminum and going into some electronics.
And one little side benefit for having power right up there is to have your mine get a power adjacency, so there's a bit more iron income for him. I mean for her.
Nuke on twodback on that silicon, turning it from a high to a low, and then Rhahi get the goon.
Just a bit late, but not too bad. 30-second freeze.
And then twodback hit right back by Rhahi. So both players only with 1 power each. Twodback, however, is making power money, making a lot of money, 53k in the bank this early. Decides to go for the upgrade instead of a HQ3 buy, which I would have been very tempted to do.
Well, there's no one really for him to buy at this moment.
It doesn't matter, just buy someone. The stock boost that you get is so high.
I don't think you can get away with it.
That Tacticus gets away with it all the time.
To the highest bidder.
Oh, DT. I don't know. Just the situation right now doesn't seem like the right call. I think upgrading would be the better call in this case. But I'm really weak at Nomad, so the buy was the right move, said Dubin. So maybe 18,000 for a meal.
Seems a little bit high. Kanto is on HQ3, has a pair of wind turbines themselves in a debt. Will be, although that is 43k, so won't be making any power money anytime soon. Kanto also needs to think about moving into a patent lab for teleportation.
Yeah, a patent lab with teleportation and a superconductor.
On the bright
would be very nice for him.
Yeah. So the thing is,
it's really cheap too.
Power's really cheap. twodback now has 71k, has a hacker array. He's definitely gonna go for HQ4 majority buyout strategy. The only issue with going for it now is Rhahi has a lot more money to potentially buy back into twodback versus earlier when I was thinking about it, Rhahi did not have as much money to potentially punish twodback for that greedy play.
The black market is online.
Trace aluminum. I think twodback is going to hack aluminum.
What has?
Is finished. Time to change.
Well, twodback does have a 400 aluminum stockpile right now, and it's that he's hacking silicon, also 400. $90k, 100k for twodback. Rhahi just upgraded. Mistake.
That's a very dangerous mistake.
I mean,
twodback on this.
twodback should buy into Rhahi right now.
Yeah, twodback should move in right now.
Rhahi
right
is
now.
the competitor. Kanto might be a competitor once this teleportation goes off of, but in the short term.
But once you have Rhahi, right, then you really have no fear.
Nope. So hopefully twodback has 100% on everybody. What is twodback waiting for? Waiting for this.
He's waiting for the hack to go through. I think that's a bit too greedy. He should just wait for someone.
Right now. Come on, twodback.
Like he has money to spare after buying someone.
Rhahi's thinking about buying herself up, but this isn't. There we go. Making the buy. This should be game for twodback, assuming, yeah, especially since he's defended himself, it can be very hard to see how Kanto... Peasant, probably not going to be a challenger. Kanto with teleportation scientist, probably the next closest.
The best thing that for Peasant and Kanto to do is to buy into twodback, just to slow him down as much as possible. If they buy into twodback, he can't sell up his stocks.
Fortunately, Peasant doesn't have enough money to even buy one share.
Kanto can buy one, and that's it.
Yeah, so that's not really going, and a lot of that money's tied up in this teleportation patent.
Seems like
teleportation 10k. Yeah, twodback's going to get the buy. Rhahi really needs to check and see how much money other players have before you get that upgrade. You can do that not in observer mode just by hovering over and looking at that cash plus resources.
And I think
top line.
Back then, twodback has enough money that you will have seen the 50% warning.
Can we petition Soren to make ramen a bleeped out word?
He probably won't buy it.
Okay, well, I can hope. Anyway,
you can always dream.
twodback with the sub on in Rhahi. Kanto just went up for the upgrade to H4 with their money.
Seems like Kanto has a suicide wish too. twodback and just find the Kanto.
Yep. Didn't learn from Rhahi's mistake.
No, they didn't.
So twodback is just going to... What is twodback waiting for? He doesn't have a hack going off.
Maybe he just didn't notice. I don't know why he's waiting.
He's building, transitioning into some glass. Which is interesting because glass only earns him $7 a second.
Well, that's going to buy a lie, right? He has so much silicon stockpile, right?
So yeah, it's a lot higher. You can also just sell out of his stock because nobody can threaten him at this point. Sell out of all your stock. Take out Kanto.
Well, they're selling the stocks. Once you Kanto, the peasant can only drag the game on. Which is important because timing is the finish time is the tiebreaker.
Available for option.
So peasant is going for thinking machine. I'm not sure that's worthwhile. Quite frankly, I don't think the game will last so long for thinking machine to matter. Maybe a carbon scrubbing would be a better bet.
Hacker array auction.
Congratulations.
18,000, that's reasonable. You can counter hacks, you can hack stuff that twodback doesn't have.
Assuming peasant realizes that this is a hacker array, which there unfortunately is no spies and no network viruses.
Well, you can always dynamite it, right? If you don't like it.
Well, I'm saying there's no way for peasant to know that this is actually a hacker array. It was built, not
Oh, it's built? Okay, not
auctioned.
Peasant can defend himself, so the game will last longer.
Yeah. I'm a fan of removing the hologram for the hacker array FFAs.
Actually, I like the hacker array as it is now. Otherwise, you can never get hacked on.
Yeah, but you have the situation where someone has... Oh, peasant didn't know that they could defend themselves.
Peasant failed to defend himself.
So you have a situation right now where there's literally no way to reveal a hacker array with no network viruses and no spies.
Well, even if you network viruses, right? Without a spy, you don't know what they're hacking.
Well, yeah, that's true. But you at least know it's a hacker, right?
Well, you know the hacker rate is somewhere. Then you can somewhat guess. You will have to. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I really don't know.
You would have to
Maybe-
go. You'd have to be thinking very critically. You'd have to notice that there's an optimization center over here that's quote working, and then you have to go look at twodback and see that twodback isn't doing any optimization. That's a pretty big mental lift in an FFA. It's possible.
It's possible, but I don't know.
I
don't.
don't fault any of the other players for not doing that while the game's going on.
Yeah, but you know, you can always attack the building that's in the colony far away from your base just to waste this time building.
Yeah, but you also
I remember the hologram was added because nobody was using the hacker ray.
oh well, plenty of people are using the hacker ray. Anyway, back to this game. Instead of arguing about the hologram, I was just brought it up because I thought we would have like 5 minutes to kill before peasant didn't defend themselves. Where did twodback make all that money?
From aluminum, because
110k aluminum, 100k after purchasing for silicon. Yep, that's it. Silicon, aluminum, monopoly for the victory with twodback. Really wasn't any other aluminum map, was there?
Konto got one but got nuked out.
Rhahi had one that was nuked out. Everything else is lows. Also power on power that HQ phase for twodback, also important.
So the single wind turbine is better than 2 silicon mine. In a sense.
Kind of.
Yeah. The single wind turbine keep him out of that, and
I
by
guess
the time he
you
gets
were
to HQ3.
proven correct.
Yep.
Although there is no counterfactual.
We can't really prove it either way.
Yeah, but we were more correct than I was. I'll admit it.
Yep. That was a good game. twodback, very well played by twodback.
Yeah, very well played by twodback. Mistakes by everyone else. Some things for our players to clean up.
Yeah, you probably want to defend your aluminum a bit better.
Yeah,
Probably, especially for Rhahi.
aluminum is one of those things that it's really hard. If you haven't been in a game where someone rides an aluminum monopoly to the victory, is one of those things that you don't think about it.
Yeah, because they used to stay kind of cheap because most people get into it, but
Like
you can't always depend on that.
I now check every single game for aluminum after Blues absolutely crushed me due to a aluminum monopoly. But before then, it wasn't ever on my mind.
Yeah, I do have a habit of checking. I try to remember to check for aluminum income for the whole map when I go to HQ2 if I don't have aluminum already. Something to keep in mind when you
Yep.
when you upgrade to HQ2.